Manya Singh is joining us on the broadcast. She's Miss India 2020 runner-up and one of those Indians who got stranded in Abu Dhabi. Manya Singh will join us shortly as she is also at the receiving end. Manya, I see you on your screens right now. Thank you so much for talking to India Today. First up, your experience, what happened with you?
See, I had this was the first time I've ever been into this kind of situation, especially living in India. We feel that we are so lucky to be in India. Uh, but when I came here on 25th of February, I didn't know that something is going to happen like this. There was no advance. You always there is embassy or somebody informed that this is the certain date. That date you don't have to travel if you it is not necessary. So we didn't have any content or nothing in our hand, information related to this war that it is going to happen. And I accepted the invitation from Neotrix Summit. I was a keynote speaker there, and I came here for event, and unfortunately, it did turn out to be horrific experience. Yeah.
Oh yes, absolutely, Manya. Nobody could really preempt what was going to happen, especially for Indians. Many of them who got stranded, some at the airport, some in the cities, some who are not being able to travel back, some who are not being able to resume with their schedules, but thankfully they're back home, they're safe. But Manya, do tell us in detail what happened with you. You were about to board a flight back. Did you get stranded at the airport, or you're currently in Abu Dhabi? That's where you're stuck. You're not being able to come back. Are you in touch with the embassy? Are you in touch with other Indians? Who's really coming to help right now?
So when I had my flight on 28th of February around 2:50. I was about to depart, and 1:50 they said that the boarding will start. But unfortunately, from 1 o'clock, all the flights got suspended, and we were told that we will provide you the best we can. So I have booked my flight from Abu Dhabi, Airlines, and it was operated by Akasa. So I literally walked up to Akasa. I was like, guys, is there some update related to the accommodation or anything? Because that's a basic right for every passenger. They said, ma'am, we cannot provide you anything. If you want, we can provide you the visa, because I had single entry visa. And they had no clue. They left from there, and I was stranded at the airport for 9 hours. And from 11 o'clock, more than 9 hours actually, I reached at the airport at 10:30. I came back from the airport around 11:30 in the midnight. It was that bad. Uh, then Akasa didn't give me any option. I didn't know anyone around here. My parents were really worried, and unfortunately, my international calls were not working. I was stuck. So I walked up to Etihad. I said, "Listen, you guys have the contract between you and Akasa. If they are not providing any help, you guys have to provide me help. Where will I stay?" So Akasa gave me option, ma'am, you can wait at the airport until the airspace is not open. I said, listen, it's gonna take for a week, at least for a week, if the war is happening. They said, we don't know, ma'am. Then Etihad came in the picture. They gave me accommodation. They said, you don't have to move anywhere. We will give you email, then only you leave your hotel. So it was this situation today till yesterday. So we were at the different hotel called Shah Jahan. There is a location here, and then we saw, like, bombs blast there, like right 100 meter away from our hotel. We
Right,
saw blast. We heard the blast, and there
right.
were a lot of fog, and we all got scared. Old women not were not able to, like, there were couple old people. They were traveling via wheelchair and all. They were not able to walk. It was really difficult for them. We got evacuated from there, and then we shifted to the Dubai Marina CIEL hotel. And here we today around what is the time? It's here it's 10 o'clock. At 9 o'clock sharp, I heard blast here. 4 to 5 blast right here. And it is that scary that we cannot do anything. We are just stuck here. Now the hotel is saying that I called few of the people I met at the airport. They have been informed that you leave the hotel. We will get you the flight. Now they are out. Airports are shut. Yet there is no response. There is no update from the flight airline department, and we have no clue what we are going to do right now. It is that bad situation.
I understand, Manya. It is extremely concerning, which is why all the more I want to gather from you. Are you speaking to obviously your family in India? Do you know any locals there? Are you in touch with any of the Indian diaspora? Are you speaking to the embassy at this point? Who is really tracking your details? Are you in touch with MEA officials?
See, I tried reaching out to Indian Embassy, which is the any common man will do. That system I followed. I texted them, I mailed them, I applied. I told them that this is my presence. I'm right here in Dubai right now. They didn't response. I didn't receive anything from them. Indian embassy is, I feel right now they are not doing anything. Eventually they can't because airspaces are shut. So they are all, they must be helpless for sure. We can't blame them in this situation. It's very tricky situation. I spoke to my parents. They don't know anyone here. So if I will bother them a lot, they will panic, and I don't want to create any panic around my family. And especially, I am not panicking because I know this is very difficult time. I am on 65th floor. There is no other way to run. So it is also really scary moment that if something is happening around here, how will I evacuate from here? So I just have to calm myself down that if somebody needs my help, I can help them. That was my first, that we all have to be each other here, like for each other. That's important. So right now I'm just praying that nothing should happen to anyone. We all are safe as of now. So let's just hope that we can go back to our country as soon as possible.
Oh, yes, absolutely, Manya. Thank you for speaking to us in this difficult time, and of course, requesting you to stay safe and stay vigilant.